going on YouTube? Today I'll be showing you my Lightsworn deck list, so let's just get to it. 2 Judgment Dragon, he makes Lightsworns good, I shouldn't have to explain that. 2 Honest, it's pretty standard. I run Trip Wolf. I actually playtested with 2, and I've also playtested with no wolves, kind of like the Shonen Jump top, he took top 8 with no wolves. I feel like it can be run without. It's definitely slower, you have to be more control based and more precise about your moves, but I feel like getting wolf out of free milling sets up game victories more than, you know, say Judgment Dragon, because you can go like Cold Wave Celeste into a wolf, like you're going to be hitting them for 44, and that's devastating. That's a lot of life points. So wolf stacks win games in my opinion. 2 Celeste, just because I'm running through wolves, I don't want to have too many dead draws, so I think 2's balance. You can, you know, obviously recycle her with Beckoning Light if you really need one, but her effect is very good, so we run 2. 2 Raikou, the most defensive card in this deck, obviously, but like, you guys know what Raikou does. He has a great effect. He mills 3, which is good. Pops a card, which is also good. So 2 Raikous. 2 Lilas. She's actually one of my favorites. 1/4 destruction on back row hate. Back rows kill this deck, so I mean, if you can summon her and pop off a good card, like if you're going pushing for game with Judgment Dragon, summon her while they have like the Solemn or the Bottomless, bait it out. Judgment Dragon, it sets up wins. And she mills 3, which is pretty strong for a Lightsworn. Lumina, the 1 Lumina, of course, you can fetch any of them you want from the graveyard. Combo it well with Garoth, draw powered, he's kind of necessary. I wouldn't run 2, I tried running 2, you deck out more than you would think with 2, so. Jane's good, she's a beat stick, mills 2, you know. Erin's actually one of the better cards in this format, in this deck in my opinion, because she mills 3, which is very strong. She gets around a lot of plays. You can go, you hit Dark Soul, you hit Dandelion, they're not going to get any pluses. You hit Gravekeeper Spy, they will get their flip effect, but they're not going to have the Tribute Fodder for Descendant, which is really nice. So she stops a lot of plays. 1 Arcus, Arcus control is great. You kill your opponent's, you know, Kaya Sacks, or if they want to do Book of Moon or anything like that, he's on the field and he protects your guys, which is really cool. 2 Thunder King. I'm testing him out because the upcoming Shonen Jump event with Samurais are going to be legal. I feel like he's a very strong card against Samurais. You can't search out your deck, which could shut down their big power plays. I was playtesting 3. I think I might go with 3 for the tournament, but for now I'm running 2. It's more consistent. If you can open up with him and like a Book of Moon and MST, you should be just fine against Sams. 1 Gloat Bulb. He's a free summon, the 1-star tuner. He's great. Mill off the top card, which, I mean, you're milling with a Lightsworn deck, you might as well. Just really, I was very impressed with this card. He's doing really well in the deck. Gores, I'm not really a big fan of Gores. I don't think Gores is that great of a card, to be completely honest, but he works very well in this deck and protects OTKs, so keep him in there. 1 Plague Spreader, sync option's great, same with Glow Bulb. And then the Necro Gardener for protection, because 1's still very worth running. Spell and Traps. Trip Solar Recharge. The draw power of the deck, it makes the deck as fast as it is right now, so you need it. Same with Charge of Light Brigade. 2 MST. This deck can't do well against decks that go like summon a monster, set more back rows, because you have to summon, you have to be able to summon your first turn Lila and mill off 3 at the end of the turn. If they go Solemn Warning, your deck's slowed down. You've only got 1 Lightsword in the grave heading into the next turn. That really hurts. So MSTs can hit their books, their Solemn Warnings, their Bottomless are the biggest threats. Triple Book of Moon. This format, Book of Moon, just stops so many plays. I think you gotta run at least 2. Kills Synchros, kills monster effects, just a great card, and its defense can duck around Bottomless, Mirror Force. Just overall good card. Dark Hole, you guys know what Dark Hole does. Cold Wave, sets up big plays. Monster Reborn's pretty self-explanatory as well. For traps, I got Double Beckoning. It makes you recycle your Honest, your JDs, your Celestias. Basically leads into power plays. You can dump the, you know, you got the Necro or the Plague in hand, you don't really want it there. Dump it there and plus out, like you can get a card for your Necro, which is really nice. And since I'm not running Monster Incarnation, they are kind of necessary at 2. Bottomless, if I had Solemn Warnings, I might playtest with them, but honestly, I feel like Bottomless can do just about as much. Kill your monster summon, your opponent's summons, it's good. Doesn't cost life points, which is good because JD can get pretty pricey sometimes. especially since you run Solemn Judgment. I'm sorry. That card's just busted. It's good. Starlight Road, I typed in, I'm trying because big power plays can be stopped really easy in this deck by just say a Torrential or a Mirror Force. If you can hit this off on them, usually it sets up game. I've won games just because I was able to use this card, which is awesome. Extra deck's pretty standard, not much to explain. I got Catastor, Android, Explosive Magician I actually run because you can hit Plague and Lila together. And he's got 25, which isn't bad, but you can use him with Honest because he's a light type. So if you're looking to utilize Honest, you got Lila and everything, he's a good card to go for. Tempest Magician, just an extra push for game. You can sync off with Lila, like I said. Flame Veil Ukiaz is great in this format. You can ram their tokens, ram the Treeborn Frog, their Dark Soul, you'll still be getting damage through. He's a very good card. Brionica, we know what he does, he's good. Goyo, Urbellum I think is still worth playing because if your opponent's sitting with a crappy hand and they have 4 in hand, like I don't know how many times I've been sitting with JD, Coldwave, Celeste, Wolf. If someone were to Urbellum me at that time, like the game's over. Like I can't do anything. It'll be game. Like next turn set Coldwave, and they're just gonna keep going. So Urbellum does set up game. I like him. Black Rose, gotta be able to nuke the field. Ancient Fairy, just mainly because like I can hit 7. And he's good against Gravekeepers. Gravekeepers can't hit over like a 3000 wall, and it pops their field spell when you know, it's a really good effect for against Gravekeepers. Stardust because I got the Starlight Road and he's really good. Avenging Knight because I can use him and he can be pretty good in certain situations. Light End Dragon, same thing as Avenging Knight. They can both be pretty good. One Mistworm, which you can actually hit a lot more than people might think, because all you really need is a Lumina and a Plague in the Grave. You can go like Lumina to special summon like any 4-star Lightsworn, and then you have Plague, and that's 7, or that's 9, sorry. And he sets up wins. You can go Mistworm JD is really good. One Chimera Tech because I do side deck Cyber Dragon, so gotta have that option. And then there's a token. So that's it. Comment below. Tell me what you would change. You think Lightsworn suck? You think they don't suck? What's good about them? Let us know. Subscribe. See you next time.